Hello, everyone, and welcome to another inspiring episode of Eye on the Industry. I'm Isabelle Tremblay.
And I'm Christine Ziegel. And today we are thrilled to welcome an extraordinary leader in opticianry, Helen Whitaker. Helen is not only the president of the International Opticians Association, but also a mobile care innovator, a global volunteer, and an award-winning optician. So Helen, welcome to the Eye on the Industry podcast. It is an absolute pleasure to have you with us today.
Thank you so much, both of you. What an incredible introduction. And I have to reiterate that the honor and the privilege is all mine. I am extremely grateful to have a voice and to have you two inspiring innovators actually provide that opportunity for me. So thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. The pleasure is all ours.
Absolutely.
So, Helen, to kick things off, let's start with something a little bit fun. We always like to do that on our podcast. If you had to wear one style of frame for the rest of your life, what would that be? Would you choose a cat eye style, an aviator, or a round frame? Which one would you pick and why?
Okay, so all the opticians watching this could probably tell that I'm an extremely high minus. Okay, and extra points for the actual numbers, but it's up there. I'm about a -8 with some astigmatism. So I have worn glasses all my life, from being about 7 when my parents first saw me at the actual blackboard in school, sat about that far away. Okay, so, and having glasses choices back then, it just wasn't an option. It was basically that one or that one. Now I'm so fortunate and privileged to have many choices, and I absolutely adore cat eyes in every shape and form and color. I just think they're so adaptable to face shape. They cut off all my high minus edge thickness, even in a 174, and I think they're extremely feminine and so timeless.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. That's wonderful. I love them too.
And those
Yeah.
glasses you're wearing are look absolutely beautiful on you.
Oh,
Um,
gosh, thank you, Isabel.
my,
Thank you so
my
much.
Yeah.
I
pleasure.
appreciate that.
So, Helen, we'd like to rewind a bit and talk about your impressive career and your journey in the industry. So, can you tell us about your background and how you first got into the eye care industry?
Oh, gosh. Okay. So let's backtrack substantially then. So you can obviously tell I'm an immigrant to our beautiful country of Canada. I came from the UK many years ago. And in a previous life within the UK, I was actually in pharmaceutical and medical sales within the ophthalmic industry. And I was selling cataract procedural packs, phacoemulsification machines, intraocular lenses, you name it. So that was really my introduction to the eye care industry per se. When I moved to Canada, it's actually quite a story. I came as a single mum and I closed my eyes and put my finger on the map of Canada, and it landed on my incredible small town of Powell River, British Columbia. And there was no way I could continue in that career because of my children and my obligations. So I reinvented myself in a number of ways, and some may be interested in this. I did become a diving instructor for Scuba Diving International. I became an instructor for Divers Alert Network. And as that progressed, and my children began to engage in lots of sporting activities, I knew I had to do something more. I needed another career. So I became an optician through a direct preceptorship, working as an ophthalmic assistant on a busy high street store on Vancouver Island. And that was the catalyst, that was the fuel. And basically it was from there. optician, contact lens fitter, refracting optician. I was just hooked.
Wow. Wow. That's really, really inspiring. You've really, truly blazed a trail. And what an amazing story. And I love reinventing yourself and making decisions that are right for your family and for your kids. So that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. Next question. What inspired your journey to becoming the president of the International Opticians Association?
Okay. Well, I was very delighted, privileged again. It is the word of the day because I truly believe it. To become the first woman to win the International Optician of the Year award back
Oh,
in 2021. And until that happened, I didn't actually know much about the International Opticians Association. I was just busy doing my thing, serving my clients, working away, earning a living. That that kind of opportunity, that center stage, bang in the middle of COVID, absolutely inspired me to do more of what I truly loved, which was help other people become successful. So that's when I developed my Mobile Optical Academy, which is a digital mentorship program. That was recognized by the IOA and our own amazing optical association here in Canada. And it just made me think, well, as we progress through our journey as optical professionals, there's always an opportunity to help our peers and to support and to, as you ladies are doing, provide a voice, provide collaboration, connection. And as I became more and more involved with the IOA and I did some international speaking, it really came home to me that how few of us are truly connected, that we're just so busy with life. We're all earning a living, right? We're just looking after our families, going to work, the daily grind. But there's a way to connect. There's a way to connect and inspire and collaborate the world over because our profession is essential. It's
right.
absolutely, truly essential. And the IOA have inspired me to engage at that higher level, if you like, because it gives me authenticity. It validates what I say. Not that I say anything amazing, but my passion and my integrity actually get the opportunity to be presented.
Right.
And that's what's important.
That's amazing.
Wow, I think what you're saying is actually beautiful and it really resonates with me as I have a similar vision about life. Um, and I think, Helen, you radiate with passion and especially when you speak about your work, but, about your life in general. And I want to know why you're so dedicated to the optician profession and to advancing the industry as a whole.
Well, in my many lives, which I think we all have if we're lucky enough to get into our fifth and sixth decades, um, in my many lives, I found that the optical profession gave me such opportunities to combine skill sets that are truly precious to me. I've been in sales all my life. So, exemplary customer service, being able to fine tune a solution, to develop a pathway of recognition, of acknowledgement, of understanding, and finding a true solution for every single client based on their needs and wants. Throw in some artistry and some design and fashion, and who doesn't want to look amazing in their glasses? Especially if you're a -9, -8 like me. We don't want the tiny little pinholes. I don't want that. I want somebody to see me and to compliment me on my glasses, which you did. So that optical profession encompasses so much more than just dispensing, than understanding optics. And at the end of the day, an optical professional has the power to create change and transform lives.
Yeah.
And what can be more inspiring than that?
Yeah. 100%. So let's dig a little deeper. Let's talk a little bit about innovation and your work. Secure Vision really is truly incredible. Can you share a little bit more about what inspired you to launch your mobile optical clinic and how it's really helping improve access to care?
Okay, thank you for that because it is my passion. I adore my clients. I developed that business back in 2018, and I primarily did it because I saw in whichever busy environment I was working in, all very highly reputable professional establishments, I did see people needing more. I saw seniors get confused, get overwhelmed with frame choices, busy offices, not feeling safe or heard or feeling comfortable enough to explore their options. Nobody's fault, but just the whole dynamics of the environment that we're currently in. I knew there had to be a way to do it differently. So my seniors drove me. I'll be absolutely clear about that. What then happened was that as I developed that opportunity to serve them in a safe space, in their own environment, and to truly dig deep into what they actually needed, giving them the time and to speak their language and make them feel completely comfortable. Once that happened, and I became endorsed, if you like, by senior centres and by senior assisted living facilities, staff members and family members sought me out because they wanted that too. And they began to tell me their stories. And once clients start telling you their stories, if you can develop your niche and your business approach to fulfilling what that individual truly wants in their experience with an optical professional, you can't help but deliver on your promise because you're doing exactly what they want you to.
Right.
So having a mobile optical business, whether you're visiting assisted living, whether you're visiting remote communities, whether you're seeing busy professionals in their environment, such as in law offices or notaries or RCMP, there are people out there who want that privacy, that one-on-one, that professional engagement, and they will seek you out and they will tell you how they want you to deliver that service. And so being mobile doesn't necessarily mean going to people's homes or to hospitals. It means providing an opportunity and being mobile in your approach to each and every individual. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it actually makes sense, and I'll comment a little bit because that really resonates with me. I having an elderly father who has recently passed, and I remember the challenges that I had with him in terms of his mobility. He was 89 years old and not mobile at all from a physical perspective. He just had a really hard time getting around, and it was challenging for me to get him to his appointments. So I really wish you were around and closer, not on the other end of the country when we were, having to deal with his eye issues and getting new eyeglasses, because he did live in an assisted living retirement home. And those types of services are so, so important for that demographic. And we need to clone you, Helen, because I just think that those services are just really important, not only for the individual that's receiving the services, but for the families and for the caregivers. So I applaud you for that. It's truly inspiring, and I'd love to see more of that in Canada for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. And just to, if I may, just to expand on that, it's not just seniors that
No.
appreciate that value of care. People with low vision affects everybody,
100.
everybody, from
Yeah.
children to seniors and everything in between. People with low vision, people with anxiety, people with any kind of history of not feeling safe in a public environment for whatever reason, whether it's prejudicial, whether it's gender, persuasion, whatever. Having equitable care and feeling truly heard and seen is all that's needed.
Yeah.
That's all that's needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's beautiful, Helen, and I love your passion and how your dedication truly at serving others. And I second Christine's comment. We should really clone you because we need more people like this in the world that are, dedicate their life at serving others.
And this feels like the perfect time to take a short break to thank our sponsor. This particular episode is brought to you by Optique Magazine and Eye Care Business Canada, Canada's leading media channels for eye care and eyewear professionals. If you want to stay ahead with the latest industry news and insights, join thousands of eye care professionals on their distribution lists at optiquenow.ca and Eye Care Business Canada at eyecarebusiness.ca. Optic and Eye Care Business Canada are proudly 100% Canadian owned.
And with your role at the IOA, what are some of the global initiatives or steps you're planning to do or to make to really elevate the profession around the world?
So it's very early days, everybody, right? And here I am, sat in my little house in Powell River on the west coast of Canada, and it can appear overwhelming. And I've got to take incremental steps. We have a whole new board of incredible optical professionals who are all striving for excellence. And I think that if we take these steps by learning, it's a journey, right? We learn as we go. We can move the IOA forward. It's an amazing international organization that truly, truly believes in collaboration and connection. And if I can improve some aspects of that, maybe enhance some of the services already that we offer, I think what I'd like to do is demonstrate how to share best practice, how to share technologies, how to identify with the incredible optical associations around the world. We have our own in Canada, which is sensational.
100%.
Learn from them, share, and collaborate, and give a platform, give a voice to those countries that don't have one, who are managing and doing whatever they can, seeking out education wherever they can. Perhaps they don't have an equitable policy documentation. Perhaps they don't have an equitable career progression or infrastructure that allows incremental pay. There's so many aspects that we can look at. So I don't want it to be overwhelming. I want it to be a global initiative that we help and that we share, and we provide a forum, if you like, or a benchmark, a vehicle to allow people to do exactly that, whatever their community requires.
Right. Amazing. So then, looking ahead, how do you see the role of opticians evolving over the next 5 to 10 years?
Okay. As we all know, so much is happening within our world. We have artificial intelligence, we have different communication pathways, we have different ways of serving our clients. We can offer remote and virtual appointments with some limitations. There are so many opportunities to serve our clients. And I think that's what we have to do over the next 5 to 10 years, is basically embrace, seek out all education, all platforms of service that actually elevate what you actually do within your own niche. And that has to happen. I think there can be different constraints around the world, as we've just discussed. There can be different optical environment constraints, financial constraints, governmental constraints. By elevating the experience of every single individual in your care and learning how you can do that within that and sharing it, this is what opticians have to do. If we want our profession to be acknowledged and appreciated, we have to raise the bar. And that means raising the standards of care.
Right.
It absolutely does elevate that individual experience and keep going.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. And Helen, what would be the one trend in the industry right now that excites you the most?
Well, I'm seeing an awful lot of it right now, and it is a wonderful, wonderful progression. I see people celebrating each other. I see people not feeling intimidated, but actually seeking out that information from their peers, embracing new innovative ways of conducting business or sharing expertise. And I do think this is a new generation. This is something where that empowerment continues through that collaboration and connection. And it's no longer, for want of an expression, me, look how great I am. It's look how great we can be for our patients and clients. And that's super exciting. And that's happening. It happens all over LinkedIn. We have our favorite people we follow.
Oh,
We
yeah.
see the activities of our optical celebrities, and they are celebrated. And that is huge to me. That needs to continue.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of amazing people that really inspire, I think, the entire optical industry. To your point, following them on social media, whether it's LinkedIn or Instagram. And that's the special part about being in this industry are the people, obviously, and their inspiring stories and the way that they actually reinvent themselves within their current roles as opticians, optometrists, eye care professionals. So I agree with you. I think that's great. On the flip side, what challenges do you think many professionals in eye care are underestimating or perhaps overlooking?
It's a difficult one because it's very hard to make a sweeping statement per se. But I think an essential component that needs to be addressed moving forward and should never be underestimated or put to one side is just how important your client is. Because any business model, in any niche within optical, and whether it's low vision, whether it's in a high power lab, whether it's in specific optics for myopia, any business model only stays profitable and sustainable if it listens and acts on what its ultimate customer requires and communicates to them. So if we ignore our clients, it's at our peril, it's at our folly, and you will not be in business in 5 years' time.
Yeah,
Listen, learn, and implement.
yeah, yeah. Couldn't agree more. You have to understand the needs of our client, our customer, in order to be able to best serve them.
I absolutely, and I think listening is so key in business these days, and I love your leadership style, Helen, because what you said earlier, like I mean, leadership is really about elevating others. So I think the IOA made the right decision by having you as a president, and I'm super excited about what the future holds for opticians in Canada and across the world. But for like some of our new listeners, what advice would you give someone just entering the optical industry?
Just listen and learn every single day. No day is the same. Absolutely no day is the same. Seek out education in all formats, from all sources. Embrace it. If it's available to you, seek it out. If there are bursaries or grants available, seek them out. Have the conversation with your employers, with your sponsors, with your suppliers. Again, just go on that journey with the expectation that you are there to improve every single day.
Right.
Because if we don't do that, you are doing yourself a huge disservice. And of course, the end user. So just keep the eyes and ears open and learn from everyone.
Yeah.
And be proud of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Great advice. So then, as the president of the IOA, Is there anything more that you wanted to share in terms of your vision for the association and the community that it represents?
It's a wonderful thing. There's a wonderful celebration that the IOA is involved in. The International Opticians Association collaborates with Silno in Paris. There is this exceptional opportunity for exemplary examples, if that's a phrase I can use, of our profession, just achieving great things. And that kind of celebration is wonderful. However, there are countries around the world that do not have that platform. They have no access to that kind of platform, and they do not have a voice. They do not have that stage. So part of my vision is to support and facilitate any opportunity to provide that professional development of an equitable nature, perhaps work on policy development for particular communities that have their own individual constraints and financial barriers, so that irrespective of location or financial status, or indeed community challenges, some parts of the world where, you know, the biggest problem is cataracts because of UV exposure, you know? So every community is different, but basically seek out those opportunities as an international organization to provide access to it, provide those windows of opportunities. Maybe one day we have a global resource that's applicable by community or country that people can tap into. And it will be information and education provided by opticians from around the world who are freely giving that. Maybe there's opportunities to promote and endorse businesses so that we can continue to reinvest into what truly makes our hearts sing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's so true. And you touched on this a little bit and just this answer, but how can we, as a global community, better support opticians gaining recognition and continuously advancing their skills?
Well, in an ideal world, it would be so cool if every optical education environment could continue, because they do already, but could continue to elevate and advertise that academic experience, because I truly believe in education. And I think the more you understand about opticianry, the more equipped you are to provide exemplary care. So by celebrating academic achievement, perhaps, you know, one day we'll see by country optical awards. Maybe we'll see by state, by province. Maybe we'll see an acknowledgement of students within those educational environments around the world, of what they've had to sacrifice, of what their story is, what's their journey in Ghana, in Togo, in Malaysia, in Singapore, in the UK. Is it? What inspired them to join the optical profession? What challenges have they faced? Just embrace it, advertise it, demonstrate the solutions, the clear pathway, and all those incredible corporations in our industry the world over, get together, celebrate them, reinvest into your customers, your customer base, as you already do.
Yeah.
But continue to do so and acknowledge education.
Yeah. Well, it really is the basis for what we're all doing as a profession, and I couldn't agree more. And wouldn't it be wonderful to see the World Optician Award given out, something like that, to build on what you've just been saying? That would be amazing. I love that. I love your
Absolutely.
passion. Yeah, amazing. All right. Well, as we near the end of the podcast and our wrap up, I wanted to close things out with some fun and ask you a few rapid fire questions. So, if you could design your own eyewear collection, Helen, what would it be called? And what would make it stand out?
Okay, so people will think this is a planted question because I have to say, I did this and I have my own line
Okay.
and I'm wearing it and things. And it's called Jezebel. And it's called Jezebel after my daughters, Jade, Beth, and Lydia.
Oh.
And it's kind of a fun twist. I'm very much about female empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a fun twist on a label for a female that has way too much fun. And I'm
Oh,
like, yay,
I
Jezebel.
love that.
And I created, let's see, 4 different frame shapes in 8 colorways, all
Wow.
with the help of incredible optical professionals. And they're made in Italy. I'm wearing, I think, oh, this is the jade. This is the
Okay.
jade. Here's the jade in another color. So we'll just quickly show you. All
Oh,
Wow,
handmade, all
stunning.
hand painted in Italy. Made by a factory of ladies. And here is the Bethany. So as you can see again, just
Wow.
a very versatile face shape. Frame suits most prescriptions,
yeah.
even mine. And let's see. And then we have the Lydia, which is a little bit more of a cat eye, a little
Yeah.
bit cheeky, a little bit more flirtatious. And of course, I have to save the most flamboyant one for last. And this is the Helen, which I made into sunglasses.
Love
Because
it.
who doesn't want to
Wow.
shine on a beautiful sunny day?
Oh, they're all so beautiful. I want them all.
Yeah, you and I both.
Yeah.
There we go. And thank you for asking about that because that's something I'm very proud of. My clients adore them. They love the story.
Yeah.
And it was made it was made possible through collaboration and connection
Yeah.
and celebration.
You should be proud of that. I love the whole female empowerment um, take on it. It's just wonderful. They're gorgeous.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, amazing what you've achieved, and I hope I can become a one of your customer of your frame lines because those
Me
frames are
too.
absolutely beautiful. And I echoes Christine comments. Like I want them all as well. Uh, so we'll ask you another, I guess, question to bring some humor in this podcast. So, what would you say is the funniest or most unexpected thing that a patient did or said during an exam or a frame fitting?
We all have these, hey. I think, Isabel, you could write, if you haven't already, you could write a book about these. So, so I'm going to have to be careful with what I actually divulge here. But one that sticks in my mind, because the story hasn't ended, is I was in central Honduras on a vision mission up a mountain, and we were providing remote eye exams and dispensing donated glasses, serving the remote communities that basically have no access to any kind of care. And a gentleman came in, he'd been queuing for 5 hours in the intense heat, and everybody knew him. Everyone in the community that were all queuing and waiting, and there were hundreds of people, everybody knew him. And it was Senor Enrico. And Senor Enrico was a farmer in the community who was, at a guess, 100 years old, but we don't know. And he came because his tractor had broken. And he came looking for someone to fix his tractor and didn't realize what was happening. Then realized it was us guys doing the glasses. Had his eyes tested, got his new glasses, went down on his knees, grabbed me round my knees in the middle of the village hall and proposed to me. And
Oh.
of course, at that moment, I said yes. It
Oh.
almost I said yes, and guess what? I go back in February, and if Enrico's waiting for me, I've got a bit of a challenge.
Oh, you do. That's so funny. I love that story.
Yeah.
Well, you obviously touched a chord with him, and you had a big positive impression upon him for him to get down on one knee and propose. So good for you.
I actually have the pictures to prove it too, and I'd
Oh,
happily share it with
you
anybody.
should. That would
So
be
fun.
great. Love that. That's so great. Okay, last but not least, last question. If opticians had a superhero team, what would your superhero hero team name be, and what would that special power be?
Okay, so I'm actually going to be using one of the great tools of our century, artificial intelligence, live on the Eye on the Industry.
Wow.
And I'm
Love
on
it.
ChatGPT, everyone, and I've literally put that question in as Christine asked me. And here's what it's come up with. So this is actually pretty cool. It's Lumina. So I'm Lumina, and my mission is to unite eye care professionals, innovators, and clients around the world with integrity, respect, and shared purpose. And my superpower is vision synchronization. And this means I help people and professionals truly see one another clearly, empathetically, and with purpose. I travel light, digitally and physically, and I connect local communities, small practices, global initiatives, and investors. Well, how cool would that be if this was true?
Wow. ChatGPT. They rocked it.
Yeah, that's
There we
that's
go.
so powerful. And what would we do without ChatGPT? I mean,
Embrace it, everybody. Embrace it. It's
Here to
a
stay.
wonderful tool with at our fingertips.
yeah,
And I really enjoy Lumina. I think this is me now.
I
I
I,
love it.
I love it, and I want to thank you so much, Helen, for joining our podcast today, for sharing your passion, your journey, and your incredible insights. I truly enjoyed getting to know you better. I love a lot of the things you said resonated with me, especially about, empowering others. Like, I love your passion for serving others. So I think you're an amazing leader, and you truly embody what it means to lead with passion, vision, and purpose. So thank you very much for that.
I agree 100% with Isabel, and I echo her comments. You are inspiring. I love the passion. We are so honored to have had you on the Eye on the Industry podcast today. So thank you so much. And to our listeners, please be sure to follow Helen's work. And remember that great vision starts with great care. And also remember to keep your eye on the industry. Thank you so much. Thanks again to Optique Magazine and Eye Care Business Canada for sponsoring this episode. If you're a Canadian eye care professional and want to stay up to date with what's happening in our industry, head over to www.optiquenow.ca and sign up. It's fast, it's free, and it'll keep you in the loop.